Hello everyone, it's Crypto Granny here. I hope you're all well. It's Susie. The date's the 20th of August 2024 and the time in Europe is 17:37 p.m. I want to talk about the interesting news stories for yesterday, and also today I'll bring out another podcast as well if I have time. Sorry, I've been very busy, but I hope you're all looking after yourself, you're looking after your beautiful family, your beautiful children, your beautiful animals, and the environment, and just making this world a better place. But just a bit of admin. I sent out some information Wirex nodes. It's under analysis on our platform. I intend to buy a couple of nodes. Wirex, I think this is a no-brainer. It's a gimme. It's going to cost you about 150 US or 250 or something. I think the opportunity is incredible. So that's what I'm going to do. So please have a look at those videos. Also, operational risk. Please look after your own operational risk. Be careful. Don't tell people you've got crypto. As this market rallies more and more, crypto is becoming more expensive. People are making money. People get killed in Eastern Europe for crypto. So please be careful about that. Don't just click on emails with links. You could get hacked. Clear your cookies. Have a separate phone for your crypto, a separate email address, all those sort of things. But be very careful. Change your passwords all the time, but make sure it's a bona fide email address with HTTPS. So please go back to our operational risk videos just to update yourself. That's really important. Now, this week we have a lot of economic news that's going to affect all markets, including crypto, fiat markets. We have the Reserve Bank of Australia's minutes in terms of interest rate decisions in Australia. We have the FOMC minutes on the 21st, which is the Federal Open Market Committee's meetings, will shed light on whether the central banks are going to, decrease interest rates, and I believe they will. A big one is the Jackson Hole Symposium. This is an annual conference. It's highly anticipated for potential policy hints from the central banks, particularly Federal Reserve Chair Jeremy Powell. And we've also got an ECB, European Central Bank Monetary Policy, meeting on the 22nd of August. So, golly, there's a lot of big key factors this week. Plus, there's economic data that's out as well. I just want to be a sec. I'll have a glass of water. Wow, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Big stuff. So, again, the key, as I said, we've got China on Tuesday. People's Bank of China could be an interest rate decision as well. That's massive. We've got the minutes from the Fed. Gee, there's a lot going on this week. The Bundesbank monthly report. It's all happening, isn't it? These are big events, and they could change markets. Got Japan on Thursday, CPI, and on Friday, what was that? We've got Powell talking again. Really, really interesting stuff. Now, if we look at the equity market very quickly, it is very overbought. Let's just go back. It's extremely overbought, but the market keeps going higher because all the risk measures are getting lower and lower, and people keep ploughing money into the equity market. And I get the sense that it will go on for quite some time. That's my view. I think this market, in terms of crypto, is going to go into a big, big bull. I think if Mr. Trump gets in, it's going to create a massive bull for equity markets as well as crypto. And as I said before, the risk is to sell too early. Now, gold has gone through 2,500 US. I've got big expectations for gold to go up to $8,000 an ounce. 31 grams is an ounce. Positioning on the COT, according to the COT index, people are 84% long gold. They're 82% long silver. They're long the pound. They're long the Nikkei. Reasonably long platinum. They're long the NASDAQ at 54%. They're long the Dow at 54%. And everything else, they're pretty much even. So that's very interesting. But we do, the equity market is certainly, priced for perfection. But with indices going down, it's just going to make it even cheaper and cheaper. And also with interest rates going down, it will make the equity market cheaper. So I can't see the equity market coming back much given what's happening, in yield curves and everything else, okay? So let's go to the next slide. What else we got here? Just take this. So again, the equity market looks overextended, but we just have to see, okay? Now, Donald Trump and obviously Camilla, what's going to happen? The polls are saying that Camilla is leading. I find that a bit hard to believe, to be perfectly honest with you. This is from the Rasmussen reports, apparently. But, we just have to see what happens, right? It looks like it's going to be a fairly close race. But I've got to say, I'm not, favouring Mr. Trump or anyone, but I have to say Camilla Harris has done nothing in the last 4 years, to be honest. And, is that going to change in the next 4 years? You've got to question that because she really didn't do anything, right? Even in terms of crypto, right? Mr. Trump's always said he's going to be the crypto king, and he's always been pro crypto. So Polymarket, has the odds of who's going to win, and people are betting on both ways, right? But I'm going to take a punt. I think Mr. Trump will win, given he had 77 million votes last time, and he's going to get half the crypto vote, which is, half of 50 million is 25 mil, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see who gets in, but I think Mr. Trump will be great for markets. He'll open up the money supply, force easings, and I think there's going to be a huge rally because of Mr. Trump, and I think he will make America wealthy again. That's my view. Whether you like that view or not, that's up to you. I mean, you can have your view, that's fine. I mean, that's what I think. It's only what I think. So, it's funny because they're labelling, her communist and all sorts of things. But look, this is just a smear campaign. We know that. He calls her comrade Camilla. That's pretty funny, actually, I've got to say. You got to say Trump, whether you love him or hate him, has got a funny way of, under her leadership, the US will absolutely fail. Wow. Big words from Mr. Trump. I'll just have another glass of water. Thirsty. Wow. I mean, also, if you look at Twitter, Mr. Trump is back on Twitter, and he's very, he makes it interesting. I've got to tell you that. Mr. Trump makes Twitter very interesting, and Elon Musk loves Mr. Trump by the looks of it, and is paying his election campaign something like 45 million a year or 45 million a month. I don't really know, but it's a lot of money either way. So, this is going to be very interesting to see what happens here. You've got to look at Twitter because Elon Musk is very verbal out there, and so is Mr. Trump. So, and I think Mr. Trump on Twitter's got about 81 million followers or something, which is quite a lot. Okay, it's a lot. So, we've got to keep going and just see what happens there. It's going to make the US election, which I think is on the 6th of November, extremely, extremely interesting. So anyone in the US, I'd like you to send me some interesting information if you have any, because I'm not American, and it'd be interesting to see what the overall populace thinks over there. Who do they think's actually going to get in? So all very interesting. That's an equity chart there. So, but we've seen searches. Solana was up there, Casper's up there. Yesterday's market wasn't doing much. Let's have a look at this. It's a bit hard to see this, I'm afraid, but yesterday's market was slightly off. Bitcoin was slightly off. Ethereum was down a bit. Others were up, but nothing really a lot to add for yesterday's market, I have to be honest. I'll go through the figures today. But the market was off, 2% or something like that, right? And and today the market's up, which is a good thing. I do think this market is going to rally quite nicely. If you can make heads or tails of these figures here, I have to apologise on this because it's a screenshot. But if we go to Bitcoin, I always like the trading of Bitcoin. Stop that for a minute. Because it's hard to get that right. Here we go. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Bear with me for a minute. It's just hard to get the actual pager after sometimes when you're doing it this way in terms of the video. But just be patient. Now, where is that damn... So we saw Bitcoin around yesterday about 58,650. It has gone through 60-odd thousand, but they tend to be selling it there. The level is, yesterday it was 59 there. They were selling around 60,000, 59,949. And the low was 5,723. If we look at Bitcoin today, the level today, very quickly, is 59,000. So certainly anytime Bitcoin gets to 60,000, they're actually selling. But I think they're stupid because technically Bitcoin to me can go through the roof, okay? It looks very bullish to me. Apparently there's been a lot of sellers of Bitcoin, and why would you be selling Bitcoin? To me, it doesn't make sense. It's just stupid, right? I think it's absolute stupidity because there's no Bitcoin left, and the more money more money is going into the Bitcoin ETFs over and above Ethereum, right? So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to sell Bitcoin. I'm a buyer for any dip in Bitcoin, okay? Now, Galaxy Digital reported expanding Bitcoin holdings with 23.4 million acquisition. Many people are buying Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will outperform and continue to outperform Ethereum. They bought 400 Bitcoin, which is a good story for those guys. Sorry, this is out of order. It just happens that way sometimes, which is a lot of money for them. And they will continue to buy Bitcoin because they think Bitcoin is the best asset class to be in. And it's also, they believe it's a hedge against inflation and it's going to outperform just given there's no supply, okay? Many other people are buying Bitcoin as well. We see a lot of corporations starting to buy Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, and many other treasury funds, and it's just going to keep going, right? Winston State Investment Board has purchased 99 million worth of BlackRock spot ETF. We do see other people buying BlackRock spot ETF, even Fidelity and other clients were buying it, right? Goldman Sachs has gone very pro crypto, but so is Morgan Stanley. They've got now 15,000 private advisors that they want them to sell their Bitcoin ETF, okay? So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens going forward, right? We do see more people acquiring Bitcoin and holding it, and there's now less supply on the exchanges, okay? And that's really important because there's not much supply of Bitcoin left, okay? And what you will find on the different exchanges, Bitcoin literally, changing price. Now, Capula Management's also bought Bitcoin. There's many other people that are buying Bitcoin, and we will see a difference in basically pricing of Bitcoin on different exchanges as they run out of Bitcoin, okay? Also, many people are looking at buying other ETFs, not just Fidelity and BlackRock, but even ARK, okay? Galaxy Digital believes in Bitcoin and, essentially just, thinks it's going to go higher and higher. Now, the Tron network is doing so incredibly well. They bought out their Memi token system. More people are trading Tron than anything. They've got Sun Pump now, which I think is a new platform that allows users to mint their own token. Now, I'm going to be very interested in this, and I will check this out, guys, with a deeper look at this. But, I just think the Tron ecosystem is absolutely killing it, right? And Tron today was up over 11%. I think it's one of the cheapest cryptos out there. Just because you've got to, again, some people had to sell because they didn't have money or whatever. But, Tron is a great story and it's a very cheap story. And there's very other cheap stories out there as well, right? They're getting more and more clients. Justin Sun is amazing. And, I'm a believer in Justin Sun. He's a very, very smart guy, okay? Very smart guy indeed. Their Mimi tokens has accelerated more and more clients on this system. They're printing about 1,000 tokens a day, and think about how much client money is coming in, right? Just because people have to go on Tron's network, and I definitely want to test this because I want to do a token for Crypto Granny as well, right? So I need to know how this is. So it's called Sun.io. It's a platform that's linked to the founder of Tron, and it's the launch of Sun Pump, right? And is a protocol that, akin to Pump Fund, allows users to create their own Mimi tokens. And apparently it's been going wild, so I really, really want to look at this. Since its launch, 1,000 tokens a day. Wow, that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They're killing it. The network brought in just on a day 1.84 million just for this token, coin issuance of tokens, right? So, wow, and on the 17th they bought in 1.5 million. Crikey, it makes the Tron network very, very profitable. Sun has been known to be able to capitalise on ongoing development trends in the crypto industry for years. He's just a smart guy, whether you like him or not. I think he's a genius, Justin Sun. He's a very, very smart guy. And he knows a hell of a lot of wealthy, rich people, like Jackie Ma, who was his mentor. And honestly, they've done the right thing. They're in NFTs, they're in DeFi, they're in the lot. Plus, USD Tether, is dominating it as well. They're just an amazing story. And they're cheap as chips, Tron. Justin Sun teases China unbanning crypto. Will this happen in 2024? Well, certainly, Justin Sun would know if China is going to, change their ban on cryptocurrency now. If they did, this would be huge. On the 18th, he said that there's a chance that China could unban cryptocurrency. And if they did, wow, this is going to add another, 5 trillion to the market cap of crypto, which is at a very low 2.102 trillion at the moment. He's come out with that, and I think so. Certainly, this new system that Tron has increased their users, their active addresses, and also a lot more interest in Tron. The DAO system has experienced a 124% increase in the number of transactions between 1,000 and 10,000. So, it's generated millions of dollars for Justin Sun's Tron system. Also, there's basically, burning of different coins and tokens as well. So that's why we see Tron going for a bit of a run today. Certainly it is token mania because they're using Tron system. But, I think Tron is an amazing story, and I've always felt that it's way too cheap. I mean, the valuation of Tron, God, should be $10 or something. Seriously, I just think people have been, let me put it politely, a little bit racist because Justin Sun is, Chinese, and I think that's quite bad. I'm a believer in Justin Sun because he's a very, very smart guy, and apparently it's very easy to create these tokens, which I'll be actually doing something on that, okay, to see how easy it is to create these tokens on the Sun.io system, right? So very interesting in itself. So what's the next story here? Let's go through this. Wow, great story. Massive liquidity. The Chinese unbanning crypto. That would be huge if that happens. Sorry, it's a bit all over the place today, but I try with this wonder share stuff. So I think, he's going to know. Mr. Sun is going to know if there's a rumour of China unbanning, taking off the ban for crypto, which I think would be huge, okay? Also, the crypto market flourishes in Turkey, not surprising, because inflation in Turkey is through the roof. Leading exchanges such as Coinbase and KuCoin are applying for a license over there. Applicant exchanges, there's licenses that have increased. 76 exchanges are interested in going to Turkey. Now, it's a huge market, 93 million people or more, with 30% that are under the age of 30, okay? And that's a great story for Turkey, right? And, many people are buying crypto because the Turkish lira keeps going down, and they're buying crypto against the US dollar or against Turkish lira, right? And now apparently Optimism, we don't have Optimism, but there were some severe problems with their system in terms of technology. So if anyone's buying Optimism, we've never bought it, but just in case someone's bought it, there's a problem with that, and I wouldn't be in this if I was you. Also, there's a lot of stories out there about Ethereum. Many people are not believing in Ethereum. People are saying Ethereum is very, very, very centralized, and I agree with that. Ethereum looks rough to me. It's 2577 at the moment. It's broken 2600 support. It's underperforming Bitcoin, and more people are starting to sell Ethereum, okay? If we look at the buyer-sell ratio, it's below 1, which means it's dominated by sellers, right? We've heard lots of people selling Ethereum, like Jump Capital, for example, and many other funds, and it's all to do with the ETFs, okay? I think Ethereum looks quite bad technically. I think it's way too expensive. It's still expensive in terms of transactions. And I don't believe it's a great story. Even the founder is selling some Ethereum, but also there's been a lot of funds moving Ethereum onto the exchange, which always tells you that, you know, if custody gets moved to the exchanges, then you know they're going to start selling Ethereum, okay? And there's been a lot of instos selling Ethereum. And, you know, technically it doesn't look great to me, and I do believe with my own analysis that Ethereum is centralized, and that's why I don't like it. I think it could be moved out this year from number 2nd to maybe the 10th or something. I think it's too expensive, and it's a bit of a joke. Also, since the ETFs came out, Ethereum's dropped by 26,000, and it's in a significant downtrend, okay? And, you know, it's disappointing how the Ethereum ETFs have operated because, you know, people don't want to buy Ethereum, and I can understand that. And they don't want to buy them through the ETFs either. They want to buy Bitcoin, and that's the one to buy. So, again, I'm very negative Ethereum, okay? And I have told all my clients to get out of Ethereum. It has continued to underperform. And, you know, if we look at just, you know, in the last day or so, or the last week, you know, the returns on Bitcoin is so much higher than Ethereum. And why would you be in Ethereum? You know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So the ETFs have been quite negative for Ethereum. It's not growing. I don't believe it's growing. It's not getting new clients. When clients that are on Ethereum need to go off it for their own mainnet, they have to sell Ethereum, okay? And we saw that the other day as well with Lido. Binance had to sell a whole line of Ethereum because Lido was going on to their own mainnet, okay? It's not growing. The active addresses are not growing. It's only got about 900,000 active addresses compared to Tron that's got 150 million. So you got to question the pricing of Ethereum, you know, compared to anything else. Plus with the Denkin upgrade, you know, there's still a lot of problems with Ethereum. And there's a lot of reasons why I don't like Ethereum, okay? I think it's going to really, really sell down, and I think it's not going to be the second in terms of the highest market cap on Live Coin Watch. I think it could go down to 10th or something. That's my call, and, you know, that's what I believe in, okay? I don't like the pattern of it, and I don't think it justifies the price. It's not making enough revenue, people. It's as simple as that. Now, Bitwise acquires ETC Group, adding $1 billion in assets. They're getting positioned in Europe, which doesn't surprise me. This acquisition gives them $4.5 billion. Bitwise Asset Management has acquired ETC Group, a London-based crypto exchange traded product issuer. Wow, that's great for those guys. Means that they've got entry into the European market, which is super. So now they've got the ETP. They can do ETFs in the European market, right? These products will be branded by the Bitwise name, and they are physically backed by real crypto. Bitwise is building a global crypto asset management for investors and financial advisors. Wow. This acquisition allows us to serve European investors to offer clients global insight and to expand our portfolio. That's a very wise investment I think they made there. I don't know what they paid for it, but it sounds pretty good to me, right? You know, I think it's a very wise investment to buy something that gives you access to the European markets, okay? That's for sure. It's very, very sensible indeed. They're building the best-of-breed firm for this new asset class and improving professional leadership. Yep, very good. So, pretty good story, I'd say. ETC Group platform in Europe, right? Expands their existing products, and very, very good. Now, this week in meme tokens, we've seen a lot of interesting stuff go on. We have seen Pepe start to bounce a bit. There's a lot of interest in Mbappe, of course. Some, obviously, tokens have gone down quite a bit. Apparently, there's something, people are on this pump fun or something. But I like to keep an eye on this because our high net worths do buy particular meme tokens, and one of my favorites, you know, is Pepe. Okay, any drop in Pepe, I'm a buyer of Pepe. Okay, I just, you know, I don't know, I just think it's going to really perform, that one. Why that one? I don't know, from my overall experience over 42 years, I just know I'm in the right one because the traders are in the right one. They all looking at it. It's captured everyone's imagination, right? So I got to back myself with real money here, people, Fed income. So what else is going on? This is a bit boring, this, but let me just go forward and see what else we had here. I always forget. Oh, Polygon twin again. Polygon. It's going to change from Matic to Pol. I don't think we need to do anything. They're looking at creating another layer 2, which is better operational wise. They did this upgrade on July the 17th, and I think if you have Matic within the exchange, they will just convert that automatically to Pol, right? So I think the migration details are coming up soon. I think the dates are September the 4th or something like that. From what I've seen, it's September the 4th for the Polygon from Matic to Pol, okay? They're using many different systems, and this migration, as I said, should take place around September the 4th, but I'll come back to you on that one, okay? So what else we got here? Tells us anything? Right. Oh, okay. There's a push here also. People are saying get rid of Gary Gensler. 50 million people are going get rid of the guy, which is fair enough because this guy made a war on crypto. They're saying to Kamala Harris, you're in office now, regardless of the election. Why don't you just fire this guy? I think only the president can do that, and she is the president, right? So, people are saying get rid of him before the November election, right? So I think they need someone much more pragmatic than this guy, Mr. Gensler. We know his issues, and seriously, they've got to be more bullish re-crypto. Camilla, I don't know, she didn't do much in the last 4 years. That's my worry about this. But we'll just have to see what happens here. But I think it's important that they get this crypto story right because, other countries are killing them, okay? Now, also, the US has, a lot of money in pensions, unfounded liabilities, 35 trillion. And the question is, will pension funds start buying crypto? I believe they will because it's the best asset class out there. The Winston State Investment Board purchased 99 million worth of BlackRock spot ETF. It's going down to investment banks. More and more pension funds are going to be buying. We see this all the time, and I just think it's a terrific story. If you look at Polymart, you can see what people are betting on. Certainly Mr. Trump and so forth. But also they're betting on, what's going to be the best crypto. And the bets are apparently better. They're betting based on Solana, right? Also, there's a story here about Ripple and the SEC. Many people think that they're going to win, but the SEC might come back. We don't know that. So we'll just have to see again what's the story. But that's pretty much the news from yesterday, okay? So let's, I'll do another podcast today. I don't know whether I'll get it out today, but I'll try, guys and girls. So thank you very much for listening. I'm sorry that was a bit disjointed all over the place. But a lot going on, and I'll talk to you very soon. And look after yourselves, everyone, please. Thank you. Fuck off.